Hey guys, wanted to share an experience I had when I was 16. To give you a little backstory, my parents had just gotten a divorce, and so my mom moved into an apartment, a two-bedroom apartment with 9 kids, 9 of my siblings, full siblings. And so we all clearly we had to share bedrooms, right? And we were even sharing beds. It was just so crammed with people. We were so broke, and it was probably the hardest season of my family's journey. Man, just thinking about it, it was a wild time. But it was late summer, maybe early fall, and I had a friend, a family friend. It was kind of like a boss, and as in he gave me work. I would work for him, and we'd hang out sometimes, and he got into smoking weed, and he kind of, I was kind of curious. He wasn't really the best influence, but he was probably the only, besides my older brother, he was probably the only other father figure I had in my life. So I was pretty susceptible to it. I'm not blaming him. I made my own choices. But we would smoke, and one of the first times I smoked, I don't know, it was the beginning stages of when I began smoking, because some of the first times I began smoking, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I never really panned out. But a couple of the later times, I think he pulled out a bong, and that's when it really hit me. Well, one night, I hit the bong, and I went. By the way, I'm not recommending anybody smoke for any type of signs. Just not really something I'd recommend. I'm just giving you an experience that happened to me. That looking back, it was just so real that I figured maybe it's worth sharing. But so I was hanging out with him one day after work, and we smoked, and I honestly never liked smoking. I'd get really paranoid, and I never really had a good time. But anyway, I smoked this bong, and he drops me off. I'm going up the stairs into the apartment. It was getting late. It was actually really late. And man, I was like, why did I do this again? Here we go. Well, there was like a full mattress, and my little brother was maybe 7, I don't know, 8, 10. And, he was sleeping on the feet. Well, actually, he wasn't sleeping on the feet. We were just kind of sleeping next to each other. All right, we were broke. Sounds weird, but we were broke. And so I, climb into bed, and I'm trying to fall asleep as soon as I can. But immediately I could hear my little brother, and his breathing was just really shallow. He was just real short, and just like he was barely taking in any oxygen. And I was like, what the heck's up with this guy? And immediately, like, this answer came into my head that some spirit was on top of him, kind of choking him, kind of pressing him. And I thought, no, okay, dude, this can't be real. But again, this little voice in my head was like, no, dude, there's a spirit on this guy. It's I'm trying to think of the right word, but it was just really on my brother, right? And at the time, I was 16. I was not religious. I quit going to church a long time ago. People would ask me if I was religious, and just so they'd get off my back, I'd say I was a Satanist, probably just for a wow factor. I was just so dramatic, like I am now. And so even back then, I wasn't religious at all, and I didn't know what to do, and I started to panic because I knew there's a spiritual entity on Isaiah. So I didn't know what to do, and I was like, oh man, I can't go to bed, and I'm freaking out. I shouldn't have smoked. And so I thought, okay, I'm just gonna think of the only thing I know. One thing I do remember from church is you can cast out demons with the name of Jesus Christ. So I kind of really quietly, terrified, this is out of my league, out of my world. I thought, okay, I'm officially losing my mind. I thought, I just got to give it a shot. So I said, barely the quietest little whisper. I mean, not even a mouse could hear it. It was so quiet. In the name of Jesus Christ, like, get out of my room, get out of my house. And nobody could have heard it. I couldn't even hear it in my own ears. It was so quiet. Well, anyway, that exact second, my little brother is going, he starts breathing real heavy, like a sigh of relief. And that's when it hit me. I had an existential crisis. My mind just blew up. I thought, this is not happening to me. This is some movie stuff. This is not happening to me. I just want to live my life. I just want to go to school, do my thing. This is not something I'm prepared to deal with as a human being. So I just started really panicking. I just pulled the covers up, didn't know what to do. And I was still just a stubborn little Christian boy. Just wanted to ignore the fact of what I had just seen. I didn't want to tell anybody. Just wanted to wake up, come back and never smoke again. Never come to this place again in my mind. But I'll never forget just that existential crisis of when the name of Jesus actually did, get this being off my brother. And you know what? Our family was going through a lot, so it was really easy for any entities or dark spirits to come in and drain whatever hope was left in our family. We were at rock bottom. We were getting like food donations. My dad was nowhere to be seen. It was just a total mess. So looking back, yeah, those spirits were probably coming in at our weakest point and just trying to kick us while we were down. But I just want to share a message that even if you're not fully Christian, you're not a preacher, you don't think you're qualified, you barely have faith, I just want to say, pray over your loved ones, over your friends, over yourself. It really does just take a mustard seed of faith to move mountains. For all I know, who knows when anybody would have got that demon off Isaiah, my brother. And maybe that little act of faith is why he's super religious these days. I'm not saying give me the credit, but he's in California serving a mission right now, trying to change hearts. And who knows, you never know, maybe that spirit could have just sucked the hope right out of him and would have, he would have never been able to really get a foothold on his faith. You just never know. So my thing is, pray over your people, pray over yourself, pray over your future, say the name of Jesus over things, and you might just surprise yourself. I encourage anybody, just share a story. I don't know if you got one similar, and maybe you don't, that's fine. But yeah, it was the first time I ever cast out a demon. I wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't looking for it. I didn't want it. I didn't have the faith really to even do it. But I'll never forget when it left my brother, and my brother was breathing just like something really was choking him. Something really was pressing up on his chest. And that feeling I had, hey, something's not right. And I started to feel this entity, started to feel his presence. And I just did the only thing I knew how. And I don't even think I really deserve it. I remember I was at the MOA once and a guy confronted me and a bunch of friends. And he said, hey, do you guys know who sacrificed his life for you guys? And I knew exactly who this guy was. Oh, here we go. Another crazy Christian guy. How can I get him to just go away? So I looked him in the eye and I said, I'm a Satanist, man. Just leave me alone. And to think that I would spit in the face of the Creator and he still would hear my plea when I was scared and going through something, I don't know, I don't think a lot of human beings go through. They're not prepared to feel a spirit. You just know something's in the room and you can feel its presence, good or bad. And my prayer got answered and I didn't deserve it. So maybe you don't deserve it, and I guess none of us do, but just pray. Anyways, 10 minutes of rambling. Take care.